So hello guys, today we have with us the CA cohort of Mongelez International. So we have with us Shubham Agarwal, who's been working with Mongelez for about 3 years now. He's done his articleship from Deloitte, and he secured All India rank 10 in his CA final and 18th rank in IPCC, and he had done his industrial training from Mongelez only. Then we have Meghna, who's here for about 1 year now. She's done her articleship from KPMG and had secured All India rank 48 in her finals. And we have Shraddha, who is about to join Mongelez now. She had secured All India rank 40 in her CA finals, November 20 attempt, and she had done her articleship from EY. So welcome, guys.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Yeah, so we all are here today to discuss about how to get into Mongelez and the procedure, the recruitment process and all. So do we start off?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So I'll start off with the first question. Like, how do we apply for a position in Mongelez? Anyone?
Okay, so I think I will just take up my experience just a bit, and then basically this question belongs to Meghna and Shraddha because they have come externally. I was the internal party out there. So basically, for in my experience, I was an industrial trainee out there. So that's one of the edge that a ranker industrial trainee gets out there, that they don't have to face the cutthroat competition like in other companies. They directly get interviewed. Like for example, as in my case, we were two rankers. Basically, out of 3 industrial training, we were 2 rankers, and we both got interviewed, and I got selected. So that's a 50% probability of me getting selected. So that's how I got selected internally. So, but Meghna and Shraddha, you would tell your experience, like how did you manage to get selected?
Okay, so I applied to so they usually circulate their HR mail IDs and where to apply on LinkedIn or among these ranker groups on WhatsApp. So I had mailed the HR and I got a call from the HR. So they scan all the profiles of the rankers and you usually get a call from the HR directly, and then they conduct the interviews, a few preliminary questions that you need to answer, and eventually they screen their CV and give you a call for the first round of interview.
Okay.
For me, it was like no such message or recruitment drive of Mondelez was circulated in our time. So I approached the HR through LinkedIn, and I also mailed my CV to the HR. And then gradually, like I think so about after 1 week to 10-15 days, they got back to me. They called me and they like scheduled the interview. So it was more through the LinkedIn channel.
Okay, so even I received a message from the HR from through LinkedIn only. So what I understand is LinkedIn is one source from which you can contact the HR and try out for a position in Mongelez. Or otherwise, if you have any connect, you can have an internal referral. And the best part is if you are an industrial trainee, you directly get an interview round that way. So
just to add on here, like if anyone wants to basically, like if anyone is getting has a rank in finals and he wants to join the management training program at Mondelez, like they can reach out to anyone out there in Mondelez from finance or from HR background. They will try to help you out. Like no one in Mondelez is going to ignore you unless and until they are not active on LinkedIn. So try to message like 5 to 6 people in finance or HR, and they will for sure revert back to you.
So the viewers will reach out to you three guys now. They can reach out.
That's totally, yeah, obviously. That's not an issue.
Okay, so do non-rankers also get a chance to get into Mongelez? Like, are there other positions for non-rank holders as well?
Okay, so I will take that up. I think with this 3 years of experience, I think I have some data out here. Like Mondelez does have rank holder, but generally after some experiences, sorry, non-rank holder, but generally after some experiences, at a fresher level, for this management training program, as we all know, like most of the FMCG companies have this shortlisting criteria of a rank holder, and that's how it is here also. But in other positions, I haven't seen as yet, like a fresher CA joining Mondelez as any position. But there are some positions for which like you never know, like the positions can come up for fresher too in future. But as of now, I don't see any positions as such.
So what are the prerequisites to get shortlisted for a interview call from Mondelez? What are the prerequisites for the selection criteria?
For this management training program?
Yeah.
I think there is no predefined requisites as such, right? There is no.
Okay.
We all know that the shortlisting criteria for this management training program is mostly based on the rankers, because obviously HR can't just go around all these resumes of chartered accountants who have passed in a single term. So the first thing is a rank. That should be must. But even I have seen, like, we have interviewed 2 to 3 non-rankers also in past, because their credentials were very high, like their work profile and all, whatever, wherever they have worked, and even like they have missed rank by some marks. So we have interviewed them, but currently, as far as I can see, all the rank holders have been taken up as a management trainee. Second thing, generally big four articles and industrial training, this is a general trend, right? Because obviously, let's suppose if you are interviewing or I am interviewing in a corporate world, I would try to give preference to someone who already have worked on, like, some corporate exposure. So that's how it is out here also. People will get preference, but if you think that you are if you're able to convince the interviewer that even if you're not a big four article or not an industrial trainee out there, if you can convince, obviously, like, we have taken people who haven't done articleship from big four as such. So yeah, and you don't need to be dumb, for sure. If you're not able to, like, clear interview, even if you're rank 1, you won't get selected out here. So I have seen people who are rank 1 and they didn't get selected. So that's how it is for the normal. It's normal, like, it's everywhere in all the companies. Anything from Meghna, like Shraddha, like from your experience? This is just what I have discussed with all you.
Yeah, we have gone through this several times, but I agree. I mean, there's no mandatory requirement, but this is like a general shortlisting criteria that every interviewer follows, fortunately or unfortunately, because there's so many candidates. So generally, rank is something which is preferred. Even when we are circulating these advertisements for, industrial trainees, we write down that we would prefer a rank holder. Then yes, your experience counts if you are from a big four. So generally it is expected that you have 3 years of hardcore work experience, because we know that the culture there is so pressing and there's pressure. So it's generally taken as something that you have been in a corporate culture, you have worked under pressure, delivered, and you have yet managed to clear your exams. It's like a very surface pe dekhte hue it looks like that for an interview. But I don't say that you don't have the necessary skills if you have not been to a big four. But yes, there are a lot of criteria that we look at. But there are chances, if you are very smart, intelligent, if you are good at something which a big four article is not at, you can definitely make the cut. But generally, the trend has been these big four articleships and rank holders coming into the management trainee program.
Yes.
Okay, so it either has to be the one who is applying has to be a rank holder or a big four article, and if not, then he has to demonstrate
both
in his. Okay.
So both basically preferred. See, generally what happens, like, what all the FMCG companies, all the management training programs, all the consulting firms, right? They shortlist first. First shortlisting criteria is the rank. If you're not getting a rank, then you generally don't get selected for the management training program. You have to approach people that, see, I have the, like, capability. I can basically convince the interviewer. That's what I said in past. We have seen like 2 to 3 people who have been interviewed, even if they were non-rank holder. But generally, the first shortlisting criteria is rank. And then people see around whether you have, for example, let's suppose if there are four of us, like 4 of us are dropping a resume. And I'm like, for example, from a mediocre firm, Ayush is PwC, all in a rank in IPCC and finals, and I have just one final all in a rank. That's it. So obviously, Ayush will be given first preference before me. That's how it normally works. That's how the normal human mentality works. That's totally fine. Even if, let's suppose, I am more intelligent, more smart, people will prefer Ayush because he has the credential at that moment. So that's how it is. That's it.
Okay. So now
Shraddha, you are also before article, right?
Yeah,
EY article.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So the third question is, what is the recruitment process at Mondelez?
So,
Meghna.
I recently got interviewed. So it was a 3-step process. The first was after the CV screening. So the first was the HR interview. Then it was technical round, and then it was with the project leader or the higher level in the company.
Senior manager.
Senior management, yeah. So the HR, like HR was normal basic question like why Mondelez, why FMCG, like normal HR question. It was very smooth. It was not at all like, at least I did not feel that I was giving my interview. So it was very smooth and very normal. And even the technical round, for me, I realized that technical, they asked about my articleship, what I did in articleship. They wanted to know everything, whatever I have written in my CV. And besides that, they asked a few little bit question like, do I have a business, normal general business understanding or not? So they tested on that in technical interview. And in the senior management interview, like it was more about behavioral question kind of thing. How do I react in a particular situation? And obviously, the interviewer did ask about the articleship again, and it was like it was a good interactive interview.
Okay.
I would add on for the technical interview. I think the main most important one is that for me it's the where you are grilled the most. So first round, yes, is HR round, very smooth, very nice. Second round is the technical, but it is very well structured in the sense when you have given your exams and you're appearing for an interview. So the basic things that are asked in you, which you are supposed to know, are what you did in your articleship thoroughly. Your concepts are clear. You're very logical in terms of what you have done, and also like the interview is structured in a way that it covers your entire CA curriculum. I was asked about questions from my SFM, be it like commodities or there were questions about forward rates and swap rates. Then there was some part of accounting involved, and there were some standard costing that was a part of the interview, and then some general questions related to advertising and stuff, because that is very relevant in an FMCG industry. So it's a very well structured interview. Nothing unreasonable is expected out of you, yet it is expected that you are smart at answering, you are prompt, and you are accurate to as much as possible. It's not that you cannot make mistakes, but you have to be on the right direction when you are talking in that interview. Then the third round is, yes, more behavioral in terms of how much of a business understanding do you have. And it is not that technical, but yes, it judges you on other parameters. So it's a very well structured process. And then eventually you get selected, you have an onboarding, and you get chocolates.
Okay.
I think the second round is the most like important round for anyone like who is appearing for the interview at Mondelez, because that's where most of the guys get filtered out. And so just a cheat code for anyone who has interviews like in future or who is watching this video in the days to come, like try to reach out to like people like us, the young people on board in the finance basically team out there, and share the basically interviewer's name with them if you have that, so they can help them. They can help you basically with the things that they are dealing with currently. Because obviously, see, let's suppose I am the interviewer, right? And I am currently dealing with commodities and forex, and Meghna is basically the interviewee. So I will try to grill her down in her concepts related to commodities and forex, because that's where I am expert as of now, right? So try to do that, and it's not just for Mondelez. I think for every each company that you are going to get interviewed.
Okay, so we have the cheat code as well now. So the next question was in line. How do we prepare for these different rounds? Like we have HR round, we have technical round, and we have behavioral round. So how can an aspirant prepare for these rounds versus anyone?
So
I don't think you. Okay, go ahead, Shraddha. You have been the most recent
Yes,
one.
you should
Go
start.
ahead. Yeah.
It's the
yeah,
basic.
so
Yes. You give a fresh perspective.
Yes.
yeah. So, like when I was called up for the interview, I did connect with Meghna because, like she joined last year, like how to prepare for the interview and like what type of questions they ask and everything. So it's better to connect with someone who is in the organization and who has passed through that same level. And like besides that, see, like for you have that it is a HR interview, so it is obvious that you need to prepare only HR, so there's no point preparing for the technical and other questions. And like in HR also, there are some basic questions which are like kind of certain that they'll ask this type of question. So it's better to prepare those questions first, and then maybe like some other questions which you get through the internet, or maybe your friends who have given interviews in other companies. For the technical round, I would say, like Meghna said, ki they ask about what you studied in CA finals. So that is something which you need to brush up. And for behavioral, it is more of, if you have experience in a, like if you have experienced that particular kind of situation, it's better. It will be very easy for you to answer those questions, or else you might stuck up answering, or and the interviewer very well knows that you are making up a story or not. So like there's no point faking in behavioral round. So that's what I felt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I
Meghna?
understand is, go on, Shubham.
Yes. I was trying to add on. If Meghna has anything, then I would add on. That's how.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, you have to know very well what you have done in your articleship. You should have a hold on it. एकदम ऊपर से करा हुआ, you can't go and tell an interviewer, right? So you should have complete understanding of what you are doing, even when you are in your articleship. And then the course structure again, we're anyway giving the exam, I mean, taking the exam, and we are reading it day and night. So you need to brush that up. Baki, there's no rocket science involved. You just have to be very, thorough with what you are doing in general.
Right. So just adding on and kind of concluding it things like, first of all, like in HR round, like they do ask why Mondelez, like, and that's very normal questions. But so in here, when like it's been asked that why Mondelez, then you have to prepare basic things, like you have to learn basic things about the company, like work-life balance, like the culture out here. So you can basically say all those things which you really want to. For example, the culture of the company is really good, and that's why I'm looking after this organization, to work with this organization. You need to learn, like basically know about the company's financials and all. When you say that it's $1 billion business, and this is something that really I look forward to work in this such business environment. These are the things, and obviously it can be made funny. That depends on who the HR is. For example, I want chocolates, so that's why I'm joining Mondelez. So that can be one of the answer, but this needs to be put up more in a funnier way, so that it is a like kind of it makes the moment light, and HR does like you. So that's how can be some of the questions in HR. And coming to this, the articleship and all, you need to be very clear. Whatever you are writing, make one thing very sure, that whatever you are writing in resume is basically what you have done. Because to be very frank, in my personal experience, since the very beginning, since the very like beginning of the interviews that I'm been giving since articleship, if you have not done something in the interview, you won't be able to see it. So try to write things that you have done it very clearly, and don't basically write anything just to exaggerate your resume. And yeah, that's it. And as I said, the cheat code, that's obviously relevant for all the interviews.
So the most important thing I believe is the cheat code. सबसे पहले cheat code use कर लो.
Yes.
So the next question is, how has your onboarding experience been? Like Meghna has been there for 1 year, and Shubham, you've been there for 3 years. So how is the onboarding for the newly recruits?
Meghna, for you.
Okay, so this has been different for both of us, because I joined in the pandemic. I joined from home.
Yes.
So yeah, I got my laptop delivered home, and all my induction for a week was all done through digital mode. Earlier, I was supposed to join in May when the things were supposed to be normal. So I was asked to come stay for 2 weeks in a hotel or somewhere, and where the induction will be conducted. But then we eventually moved into July and did everything digitally. So mine was good, but I'm sure Shubham had a better, more fun experience than I did.
Okay, so I'm really sorry, Meghna and Shraddha, because I understand how like it's not that like good, obviously, when we are being virtually inducted. So for me, it was really good, really fun. Basically, when you are being inducted along with all the management trainees together from like all the IM grads, is basically you are sitting with all of them, taking their experience, learning how they have like what is their experience of the basically MBA schools and all. So you feel I think that experience is totally something different, and every management trainee look forward to such experiences where they get to know so many people around. And this management trainee, if I say, is basically why, like, what's the basic purpose of this management trainee is to make you aware about like everything about the company in the 1 year, so that when you reach at the top level, that's the management trainee part, right? They are training you to be a part of the management of the company. So when you reach at the top level, you know like so many things around the company. And this basically the onboarding process. So how it went, just to start. So first 2 weeks basically company do provide accommodation to you. And when you are from like other city, not from Mumbai. And in those 14 to 15 days, they basically take you through various leaders, basically various leaders from finance, not just finance, because the management trainee is across all the verticals: sales, finance, marketing, HR, IT guys. Like there's so many people around. Basically, they try to take you to the total things that the companies are into, and you get to know more detail. Like you get to know more detail
Yeah.
about the company, their
It
presentations,
is
and
not
that's
restricted. Basically restricted नहीं होता कि तुम नंबर ही करने आए हो यहाँ वो ही देखो. It's like
exactly,
पूरा
exactly.
every.
So basically, it
हाँ.
was not just finance. So anywhere, if
हाँ.
you want to, आपको HR से related, marketing से related, sales related, you get to know so many things. You get to ask people,
Yeah.
like you are directly conversing with top leaders of the company. So for
True.
example, I asked
The future leaguers interacting with the future leaguers interacting
exactly
with the
correct
current
leader.
leaguers.
So for example, I still
Right.
remember asking one question, like वो जो bites थे ना अपने market में, it used to be in the markets like Cadbury product. I was like, there's still people want it. Why we are not having it in the market? Like, so asking this question directly in the first 7 days, obviously, it's something I think gives you a greater visibility and transparency in the organization itself. So first 14 days went like that. And after that, you have like onboarding experience. They have some graduation party. After that, this is generally for B schools people, but because I was a part of that management trainee stint, so I also got inducted in the graduation party. And after that graduation party, it all started with sales stint, and then like 5 to 6 stints that we are awarded with.
Okay, so that was like I was coming to that question only. What is the profile exactly, and what are the roles offered after you getting to Mondelez?
Meghna, your recent
Okay.
experience share.
Yes. So, so within finance, we have many departments because it's an FMCG industry. So we deal with production, we deal with sales, we have FP&A, and we have like many departments looking after various aspects of finance. So throughout these departments, in your 1 year of management training, you get 4 projects. So, for example, if I talk about mine, so I did a cost benchmarking project in ISC function, which is integrated supply chain. I did one in commercial finance, which deals with the sales part of the business. Then I was in internal audit also for 2 months. And then finally, I had a project in central FP&A. So throughout these functions, depending upon the requirement, depending upon the projects which exist, you get rotated for 2 months, and and you're expected to deliver tangible results. It's nothing like you're only doing for the sake of it, or it's on paper or anything. You're actually building your business. You're contributing to it, maybe in a very small way, but you do make a difference, and it entirely depends on what you bring to the table. There's no standard procedure. You can think out of the box, you can bring anything, and it is welcomed. So these are like projects that you do, and while you're doing these projects, you are expected to learn about the business, about all the processes which go on, about like if you're in sales, you come to know about how you uh, forecast the sales, what are the direct expenses that you deal with in a in a gross to net bridge of sales. So these are technical terms. I'm trying to avoid using them because that would not be very relevant, but it's like a very wholesome rotation from one department to other. And it's like a real management training program where you get to know of different aspects of business, and mainly finance, because you would be a finance trainee.
Okay. So the next question is, what are the parameters considered before accepting the offer from Mongelez, like the work culture, the growth, remuneration, and all? So, what were the
Shraddha,
parameters that you considered?
I think Shraddha should
What
start
is
because she has
Shraddha, what is she considering right now?
exactly.
So, like I obviously did consider the package. Beside that, the work culture, I spoke to Shubham, so he did say me that the work culture, like the work culture of Mondelez is the best. So, the work culture is something which is very important for me. And having worked in a Big Four, I know how important the work culture is. So, it is the work culture, and also that the profile which I have been offered. So it provides me a good learning opportunity. So it is the profile, the work culture, and yeah, package also.
Okay. Anything to add on?
Okay, so let me add on here. Basically, during my experience, because I got Mondelez because I was an industrial trainee out there. So just in one line, if I want to say here, so before I got a final offer from Mondelez, I was going into interviews of other companies, but as and when I got the final offer, I didn't even go for any interview. I didn't even go for campus. So that's how actually I wanted to get into Mondelez for this management training program. And from the work culture perspective, Mondelez, as Shraddha mentioned, that I've been saying it to all, that the work culture is the best out there in the FMCG world. The kind of
तो आप लोग
visibility that Mondelez,
आप
yes,
लोग
yes,
बार
Ayush,
बार तो
sorry.
ऐसा बोलते हो क्या कुछ मूवी का हो जाए?
नहीं वैसे बोलते but people are
Nice.
sweet. But I think मतलब chocolate के
Yes.
कारण वही whatever people are sweet out here. मतलब they don't basically, they're not rude. They're not rude. And like basically all the Big
Hmm.
Four articles who join here, they know like the contrasting experience that they have here. So that's totally different. And
So
after
as
the work
sweet as
culture,
chocolate.
and yes, chocolate is one of the factor. Obviously, we get discounts in chocolate and biscuits, so that's one of the reason. But that's not the sole driver, I think, and that's not the one of the much of the motivating factor. But it feels proud to work for a company like Cadbury for like of for like of whose product we are eating like since we were
Since a
kid.
childhood,
So,
yeah.
exactly. So these
It's
are
a very
like some of the.
strong brand.
Exactly. The kind of brand, obviously, you feel proud to be associated with those brand. Like
Yeah,
whenever I say
true.
like हम यहाँ पर भी ऐसे घरों में ऐसे कभी मैं बताता हूँ किसी रिलेटिव को, they don't understand Mondelez for sure, but ऐसे
But
कैडबरी के साथ काम कर रहे
Cadbury.
हैं, they were like हाँ
हाँ.
कैडबरी के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, and I feel कि ठीक है 2-3 लाख कम भी मिलेंगे चल जाएगा, that's fine for me. I wanted this.
So
Celebrations होना
I've been scolding all my friends that you have to bring only Cadbury. Dare you bring any other competitive brand की chocolate in your home?
चाहिए. Okay.
Yeah.
So before we conclude this session, just one more question. What is your last piece of advice to the freshly qualified members and to the CA aspirants? Shubham?
So for the freshly qualified people, like I think currently the job market, obviously we know how it is, like in the pandemic, and even like for the people in January 21, I have been receiving messages from people who have cleared in January 21, and it's like really bad out there because November 21 people have taken all their jobs. I don't know, and basically this is not something that we should say, but yeah, because companies are already hired in November 21. So now the January 21 people are not getting much job opportunities as such. So people, I would say obviously, I won't say that it's fine. It's not fine, obviously, but I would ask you because obviously you have cleared in a time which is really like tough. So keep trying, keep approaching people over LinkedIn, like keep searching all the basically job openings wherever it is, like in Naukri.com. Like try to approach all the portals like CA Job Portal or whatever, the Fast Career and all. Try calling them again and again, try approaching people from all the backgrounds, from all the companies over LinkedIn. Like maybe somewhere you might be having a job opportunity which you are not able to. So I know some people, like some friends of mine who are still getting an opportunity, but obviously the opportunities are less, but still there are some opportunities. Try searching, like keep searching, don't stop at it, because once you feel that no, I'm not getting, because no 121 is a job and I won't be getting a job, and you stop the search, obviously you won't get a job. So if you want to get a job, then search for it. And job to theek hai, but people who are listening it and want to get into practice, I don't think कि कोई practice वाला बंदा सुन रहा होगा इतने end तक, because it's basically for models. But if he is listening or if she is listening, then practice may be scope hai. If you really want to get into practice, then corporate exposure is not something that you should look up to. मतलब मन में अगर एकदम ये कि मतलब practice is something that you're looking up to, then start practice from today itself. This is the correct time to get into practice, because काफी चीजें हैं अभी जो आप like चीजों को take up कर सकते हो in this business environment.
Yeah, okay. So, agreeing with Shubham that the job market is not the most favorable right now. So, I would just say that whatever opportunities you're able to grab right now, just try to make the best of them. Don't be too picky and keep looking for the profile that you want to do. But at the same time, whatever you have, just try to make the best of it.
Okay. And Shraddha?
Yeah, so I agree with what Meghna and Shivam said. I just want to say about like how important it is to be very true during your interviews. So like obviously have a very good command over whatever you have written in your CV, and it's very very important to be honest in the interview, and it's the interviewer gets it like very properly that you are faking it, so there's no point in making stories around it. So you can say that you don't know anything, and that will not give a disadvantage to you. So yeah, be very true during your interviews.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Last
Shubham.
one thing, Ayush, before you just close it out, I was morely concerned about the January 21, but because this is going to be uploaded on YouTube, I think like people who will be passing in like the coming attempts will also see this. So for them, like whenever you clear the exams, like start preparing your resume, like take a 1 day off, 2 days off, celebrate you. Obviously it the days need celebration, so celebrate it. But after like 2 days, start preparing resume, start sharing with people, like whoever you know that they can help me with this resume cleaning, because I have seen so many resumes that really I feel that I won't select even if it's a ranker. Like if I would be a manager, because just because of the resume, the kind of resume that I'm getting, I won't select that. So in shortlisting, the first shortlisting criteria is the kind of resume that you are sharing with the basically interviewers or basically the recruiter. So try to be very clean around that resume. Try taking help from people whom you know. If you don't know that, try approaching people over LinkedIn. Just send them the resume and I want your help. Just write it, I want your help. People do help. That's how it is over LinkedIn. So for this is the one. And second thing, try approaching people. Try looking out for jobs. Like there will be jobs that you are not able to get in your hand. But if you try searching over websites, different job portals and all, you will get various opportunities that you can apply to. So don't stop. Just start keep looking, keep searching for it.
Okay. With that, I would say that if anyone wants to work with people as smart as them and as sweet as dairy milk, then do use the cheat code. You need to prepare well. You need to be well versed with the technicals. You need to clear your interviews. But do use the cheat code. Anywhere you feel you're caught, you can reach out to them. You can reach out to any one of us. And stay safe. All the best. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks,
Thank
Ayush.
you.
Thank you.